I mean, right now we're just playing soft. We're not having enough resistance defensively, allowing teams to play free and easy. And until we collectively choose to change that, we're gonna keep getting our heads beat in.
All right, we will go to Sean Cunningham.
You switch the view so it's like the gallery one.
You got me all right, Harrison?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Okay. Excuse me. Just when you talk about playing soft and the way you guys have been, obviously that doesn't appear to be something you can change overnight or even in a span of where you don't have much practice time. Is there anything you can do to combat that and kind of attack that physicality in a different way when you don't have that type of makeup on your team?
No, I mean we've shown we can do it. It's simply a matter of commitment. I mean, there's examples that we've had this year, possessions, stretches, quarters, where we've done that. And as a group, like I said, we consistently haven't made a commitment to do that. So that's something that we have to change if we want to be in these games, because we've shown that we can score the basketball. That's not the issue. The issue is defensively, is playing with force and not just letting teams, like I said, do what they want to do.
Christos Saltis from Greece.
Hello, Harrison. I would like to ask you, both on the last game against the Clippers and the previous games, that you start pretty well the games. You have the why you don't have the momentum of your good start, and what would you like to change about your approach on the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things, when you say good start, yes, offensively, we're shooting well and things like that. But, when you look up, the opposing team is shooting 50, 55, 60%. We're simply just outscoring them at that point. So, for us, like I said, it comes back to defense. When are we going to hold a team, under 45% shooting? When are we going to hold them to under 30 points in a quarter? Those are things that we have to build on, so that even if we score 70 points in the first half, the other team doesn't score 65 or whatever it may be.
Matt George, we'll try again.
Hey, Harrison, you got me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Sorry about that earlier, my man. Wanted to ask you about how you feel opponents approach matchups against the Sacramento Kings. Do you notice from your perspective teams coming into a game against you guys with the expectation or confidence that they're going to get good looks and have a good opportunity to score?
I think the biggest thing that I've noticed with opponents coming in is that defensively they're getting into us. They know that we can score. They know what we're capable of on the offensive side of the floor. So they press up into us. They get into passing lanes. They disrupt our offense. And then that fuels their offense off our turnovers, off our poor transition defense lately. And that's what really gets teams into momentum. Yes, there's times in the half court where, we're getting beat on straight line drives and, our rotations can improve. But for the most part, teams are just getting wide open threes and wide open layups in transition.
All right, a few more for Harrison. Tony Harvey.
Yes, Harrison. What was practice like today? I know, it's an awkward season for everybody, but what was practice like today? You guys haven't had a lot of practice time. You've practically been playing like every other day, playing games every other day. What was practice like today? And what could you, take from that going into tomorrow's game with New Orleans?
I mean, we just got loose and then we just played. We got after it. We wanted to make sure that we addressed a lot of things that we were talking about. And the only way to do that is to play. So we got up and down, a lot of defensive stops games, things like that. And, I thought it was a good practice, but at the same time, having that carryover from a good day today to doing that in the game. And then regardless of how the game goes tomorrow, continuing to keep that intensity for the next game, not having one good game after a good practice and then reverting back to where we are now.
Okay, 3 more questions for Harrison. Jason Anderson.
Hey, Harrison. You're a veteran guy in this league. I'd kind of like to ask you to look at some of the younger guys on this team. Luke has talked about learning to make winning plays, play winning basketball. It's not just about numbers you put up. But, I think some of these younger guys are still learning to do that. Would you agree with that? Is that part of the issue now? And what does the team need from them in addition to what it needs from vets like yourself?
Yeah, I think, one of the biggest things, as a young guy coming in, you look at the stat sheet, you look at, the highlights, you see guys make, big time plays down the stretch, but, where the game is won or lost, one is in the quarters before that, but two, it's all the things that maybe you don't put as much priority on, whether it's boxing out, whether it's the 50-50 basketballs, whether it's our spacing, whether it's screening, communication. Those are the things that really add up, and those are the things that really beat you down the stretch. We've had games where it's been close, and we've won close games because we've done those little things. But lately, when we're having these big blowouts, it's compounding of our mistakes that are very controllable, very effort-based, communication-based, things that we can improve if we focus. So those are the things that we're really trying to we've talked about, but talking can only go so far. Eventually we have to put that into practice.
Last two questions for HB. James Ham.
Hey, Harrison. Glenn talked about this last night. He said that if you need Luke Walton or Rico Hines to get you pumped up to play a game that you shouldn't be in the league, who does this fall on? Is it the players? I mean, just like a broad question though. Who does the struggles fall on for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely is on us as players. At the end of the day, we're professionals. You wake up, you prepare, you go out there and play, and we're the ones that have to make those plays. So, when you're talking about being soft defensively, not having enough resistance, things like those, that falls on me as an individual. It falls on my teammates, and we have to be better at that.
Last one for HB. Sean Cunningham.
Yeah, I was just curious. Luke obviously went really deep into his bench, and it sounds like the players are aware of obviously the defensive problems on the team. I'm just wondering, as teammates, how do you hold each other accountable? What does that look like, and how delicate is that from keeping it from boiling over?
I mean, there's nothing really delicate about it. Playing, the way we play the game is very black and white. I mean, we have standards, we have principles, and if we're not meeting them, guys can address that. It's just a matter of, finding that momentum when nothing is going our way. When we can't seem to keep our man in front, we're not getting defensive rebounds. We're fouling, we're turning the ball over. Really kind of finding, coming together as a group and finding something that we can say, okay, this is how we're going to, get out of this hole. It's something that we're working through.